scripture to organized stalking and organized harassment, and I'm going to be doing that through scripture. My last live, I was talking about being a subconscious atheist, how people are subconscious atheists, going through being harassed everywhere that they go. Many targets don't leave their city because maybe they can't. But once you leave your city, you will understand that, and it's gonna be a long live stream. But once you leave your city, you will understand that what you're dealing with. You will understand who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a satanic government. This is not going to be spiritual. It's not a spiritual live stream. I know people don't like to hear stuff like that. I ran from scripture, believing in God, but I didn't want to hear scripture. Like years ago, I didn't want to hear scripture. I believe in God, but like nah, I don't want to hear this person say it. So I just I'm doing this. I'm doing this for this. So I'm going to be going through scripture and explaining to you for a long time how these scriptures work. What God is trying to say in layman terms. It's about three scriptures that I have specifically. I'm going to be going through those one by one. The first one I'm going to start with is Ecclesiastes 34:9. A man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. What is God trying to say in this scripture? A man that hath traveled knoweth many things. He that hath much experience will declare wisdom. You believe gang stalking is just in your city. I stayed in my city being gang stalked for around 2018 to around the end of 2019. Noticing gang stalking. Um, you will understand once you leave your city what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a satanic government, and you're being just like those people that harass you in other places. You're being just like those people that harass you in other places that you go to when you leave your city. How are you a civilian and you leave your city and you go to another city and experience the same things? People acting like they know you, and yeah, people acting like they know you and they don't. You know, people acting like they know you and they don't. It's an uncomfortable feeling for a civilian. So you understand that you're dealing with a satanic government that's not trying to give you a voice because of the things that you know. A man that hath traveled knoweth many things. He that hath much experience will declare wisdom. Ecclesiastes 34:9. A man that hath traveled knoweth many things. He that hath much experience will declare wisdom. So that means when you go to another city and you're a civilian, all of us are civilians as targeted individuals. They try to put you in a fame simulation only to destroy your mind and destroy your life. You walking up on people, going off on them, and yeah, it's trying to explain yourself. Civilians don't have to explain themselves. So just understand what you're dealing with, and I'm going to go from scripture to what y'all want to hear, what I want to hear. You're dealing with people that work for the police, whether they know it or not. They may think they're working for some type of other organization or something that's cool or something. But you will understand once you're a civilian and you decide to leave your home city. You decide to leave your home city, go to another city. I've been around and around and around the world. 2 months. I stay 2, 3 months here, stay 2, 3 months there. I'm kind of, I'm trying to say stuck where I'm at, but I'm trying to explain to you what is the sense of you moving to another city. No, it's a good thing to for knowledge, but what is the sense in you moving to another city and people acting like they know you in that city and you don't have a voice? You're a civilian and people acting like they know you in that city. You get what you're dealing with? The government's satanic. That's what God is speaking on. Ecclesiastes 34:9. A man that hath traveled knows many things. He that hath much experience and hath he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. I didn't want to hear scripture, but once you travel out of your home city and receive the same things going on, you receive the same things going on. You're a civilian, you're unknown, but you go to work, you get workplace mobbed. Your co-workers acting like they know you or this or that, all of that, all of that. I'm explaining why those things should be ignored. Are you going to, I don't like to be disrespectful toward authority, but personally, I'm not even making a joke about a cop or a police, anyone in law enforcement. I don't want to make a joke about you. That's already a joke. Don't you know calling someone a cop is an insult? Calling someone an informant is an insult. Calling someone a cop is an insult itself. So I'm not going to, I'm just not going to go back and forth with that. You're receiving notifications. They're receiving, people that don't know you receiving notifications to act like they do, just so it can drive you crazy. So, and you're a civilian. So what I'm saying is naturally to everyone, calling someone a cop is an insult. It's an insult. It's a fucking insult. It is. I'm sorry. It is. So it's just, I'm sorry I can't look at those comments. Um, but it just is. Calling someone a cop is an insult. So what you need to consider these people as are cops. That's what they are. You go to a whole nother city, a totally different city. People act like they know you. Like it's some type of game or something. You know? Like it's some type of game. So this is what God is explaining, and there's no, this is in layman terms. There's no, I can't say he's not explaining this in this way. What else could that mean? You know? It's the same thing as what Jesus went through. It's the same thing. So a man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. So by you declaring wisdom, when you move to another city, declare wisdom. You're a civilian. You're not a celebrity. Declare wisdom. When somebody throws a subliminal, ignore them. Consider it, consider it, consider it a compliment in your mind. Like, wow, these motherfuckers putting in this much effort to piss me off and either kill you or get you incarcerated. I'm just keeping it real. Like that's just what that is. I'm just keeping it real. Cause that's all that is. Um, it's just sad. It's sad. I'm not a perp. I'm not on here to dox anyone. I'm a regular person. Continue to listen to my videos. I honestly think I'm the only person on here that's not doing that. So continue to listen to my stuff. I try to stay away from certain words. I try to stay away from certain topics because I understand that people feel watched as they are listening, which you shouldn't. You're listening to knowledge. You're listening to knowledge. No one's in your house listening to you but some old weirdo. And they're going to tell you that it's just like the Truman Show. It's only a weirdo listening to you and watching everything that you do. But they're going to tell you that it's everyone else so it can have the effect the effect of destruction. They're trying to destroy us. They're trying to destroy us. No one in regular life is listening, watching you through your phone camera, pinhole cameras in your house, listening to you talk about fucking knowledge. You know how much knowledge you dropping, but the whole world listening to you? You know how much knowledge you listening to, but the whole world listening to you? Supposedly, no. It's some weirdo, and they're going to paint the image every day that is multiple people listening and watching you, and it's not, because that drives you crazy. It almost drove me crazy. I'd be sitting in the house. I'd be sitting in the house and responding back to things that I'd be sitting in the house and responding back to things that people say. Like, say if someone says something, oh yeah, man, I heard this person did this. I'm in my house alone. Guess what I'd say? Man, I ain't never did no shit like that. Hell no. And I'd feel obligated to say it because I felt I was being watched. So you have to understand these things. Stop running from scripture because you're being a subconscious atheist. And I said I'm going to speak on scripture and explain it in layman terms. Explain it in layman terms to understand why you need to turn to God. That's what you need to do. This stuff will make you so powerful. I'm unaffected by anything. So you need to turn to God. That's one scripture. I might come back to it. I might come back to it. Uh, Matthew 10 and Matthew 10 and 23. When they persecute you in one city, you move to the next. What was I just saying? Move to the next. They persecute you in one city, you move to the next. Once you move to that next city, the same thing's going on. You should understand who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a satanic government. They're satanic. Murderers are the worst thing in the world. They support them. Murderers are the worst. Murderers are worse than pedophiles. I'm not none of that. Murderers are worse than pedophiles. I'm none of that. Murderers are worse than rapists, pedophiles. I'm none of that. None of it. Murderers are worse than all, but they support murderers. And they haven't done anything in their life. They ain't even killed nobody. Matter of fact, they will beg for their life. Murderers are the worst thing in the world. Matthew 10 and 23 says when they persecute you in one city, you move to the next city. But you just stay away from stuff like that. You do want to plant yourself in one city. That's what you do want to do. Sit there for a little bit. Just move every couple years if you can. You shouldn't be focused on materialism. I don't focus on materialism, and I can focus on materialism. They persecute you in one city, you move to the next. That's Matthew 10. That's Matthew 10 and 23. I'm gonna go to this one. This one is going to be a long topic. It's going to be a very long topic right here. Proverbs 20, 27 and 12. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. What is God saying there? You know these parties that we don't attend? The random ones, the clubs, the parties we never attend that get shot up, the clubs that we never attend that get shot up, the trap house we never in that get shot up because people want to be cool. People want to be around that stuff. So you have to understand that type of stuff. You must understand this type of stuff. You must understand this type of stuff. You shouldn't be focused on materialism. That'll get you messed up too. Why are you trying to buy shoes every other week? Don't let these content creators tell you to continue to live your life like you want to. Get you a girlfriend, sit down. Your significant other, whatever you are. Get you a girlfriend, sit down.
Because that's all you going to the club for. I know you ain't going to the club to dance. So get you a girlfriend, sit down. But this is a real important one right here. It's a real important. Proverbs 27 and 12. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Now, I've never been inside a club. I haven't been sitting around in any trap house. I haven't been sitting around in any parties. No, well, not been to a club, but I can count on my hands. Like, of course I've been to a club and a party, but I can count on my hands, and it's been a long time ago. And I stopped attending those things because of things like that. You know, so you people think y'all think, oh yeah, man, these people need to die, man. These people, bro, God is karma is natural. God is natural. They can't stay out the club. They can't stay out the club. Karma's natural. They can't stay out the club. Guess what? When they leave it, their car getting shot at. The club getting shot up. Somebody died. Right? So you don't need to wish bad on these people. It's natural. Just see the evil and hide yourself. Proverbs 27 and 12. See the evil, hide yourself. I'm one of those people that just never been around that type of stuff. I might look like it, I just never have. I stayed away from it on purpose. God kept me away from it on purpose. And there's some people on here that just be a subconscious atheist. Subconscious atheist. Subconscious atheist running from scripture. Running from scripture. When it's literally, God is literally, and it's real, it's a real book. It's not made up. It's not something that they designed a certain way. But don't you know staying out of clubs, staying out of materialism will make you a 100,000 there quick. Staying out of clubs, staying out the way, going to work and home with no other intentions. That'll make you a millionaire, not a millionaire. I said a millionaire. Make you 1,000 there for sure. Fast, bro. These people can't not buy $1,000 pair of shoes. They see their favorite entertainer on one of those apps with those designer shoes. So they can't not do that. They can't not. And these are gems. These are gems, these are jewels. These are gems and jewels that I'm dropping right now. These are gems and jewels that I'm dropping right now. For a civilian. People can't understand this type of stuff. They can't understand it. They can't stop. They can't stop. They can't stop doing this. These are things they can't stop doing, man. So you just have to understand these things. I'm sitting here. I'm just sitting here. I'm sitting here drunk, but I know I'm not gonna get a lot of views because it's like, bro, I know y'all run from this. Why are you running from scripture? And I know you run from scripture because I ran from scripture. Like I've always believed in God, but I run from the scripture because I didn't understand. I didn't understand. So I run from scripture. You're a subconscious atheist, man. Stop leaving my live stream. That's just out of nowhere. But stop leaving my live stream. Because I'm talking about scripture. You're being a subconscious atheist, bro. You're being harassed everywhere you go. Around your city, if you haven't left yours, you're going to be harassed in another city. You're going to be harassed the same way. It might take a week. I'm not saying it's spiritual. No, it's physical. It's physical. Wasn't Jesus crucified physically? It's physical. I'm not saying it's spiritual. This is the first time I started really kind of talking about this stuff. I ain't had too much time to do a live stream. I was in the shelter. I had my own room in the shelter, but the walls was pretty thin. just get through like that. But you just have to understand this type of stuff. Understand and never turn to satanic, never turn to Satanism, never be a subconscious atheist. You running from scripture. I can tell you running from scripture because I'm explaining it in a way of it being real life. I'm explaining this stuff in a way of it being real life, and people still run from scripture, man. They run from scripture. I'm explaining it and being. This is not spiritual. Yeah, it's spiritual. It started spiritual, but this stuff became physical. Once you became untouchable, once they realized they couldn't incarcerate you, that's when it became physical. That's when it became physical. You started getting harassed directly conversations. They want to get you in a battery, an aggravated battery charge. They want you in and out of jail. They want you in a high-speed chase, running for nothing, and ultimately destroy yourself because of that. You know, like, and that's just what that is. They treat you like you want to run for something while not doing anything. You know, just try to paint the picture that's not legitimate. I've had homeless shelters tell me, for no fucking reason, just tell me, yeah, don't nobody know you're here. Because like police or something can't come here. I don't care. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to save my money. Because it's shelter, I don't have to pay rent. They tell you that type of stuff to it's chess. To create a certain amount of fucking destruction in your mind. That's why they do that. This is real. So what you're dealing with is a satanic government, subconsciously satanic government. Some of them are knowingly satanic. Some of these people are just naturally satanic. And I don't like speaking on that word. I don't like saying. I don't even like saying that word. But it's just bad, man. Like it's bad. It's bad. And I see people that's going through what Jesus go through, denying the word there is. You went through what Jesus went through. But you being harassed all around the country. They try to fucking kick you out of every job, but they try to fire me from fast food. But I ignore it. And as a male, let me tell you this. Another gym that people can't do. Normal society, people that aren't going through gangstalking, organized harassment, people that go to parties. As a male, semen retention. I want 100 days, or almost 100 days. Semen retention. Everything, and when I had sex afterwards, everything deflects off of me. Everything. I'm at work. People be saying all type of crazy stuff. Like, how are you even having this topic at work? Guess what I do? I ignore it. It deflects. Semen retention. Matter of fact, porn. I'm whisper this. Porn is gay. Literally. You're literally watching another man have sex with another woman. That's gay. That's homosexual. People don't even notice that, so keep it on a hush. They don't even notice it. They don't even notice what they doing is gay. You know what I'm saying? And they can't see no retention either. They're at the club. They meeting different women. They watching the wrong content. They scrolling Instagram, seeing big booty all down the timeline. Scrolling Instagram, go to Instagram, Pornhub. Understand, this is God's benefits. People can't sleep outside and go to work or in the shelter. I I told somebody in the shelter. I told somebody I was in the shelter. They was like, don't tell nobody that. Why? Because people worry about reputation, bro. People worry about reputation. They worry about reputation. And reputation will get you killed. Reputation will get you killed, incarcerated, everything. Reputation will get you killed and incarcerated, man. Straight up. Trying to keep up with the Joneses. That might motherfucking goddamn. I don't like saying people's name, bro, because that's a way to harass somebody. People say certain names. People be calling out live streams. You be calling out people's names that's on their live streams. Like the feds don't get on here and just harass people. It might just be somebody from your childhood that you don't want to hear their name. And they'll get on somebody's live stream and the people that call out the live stream and the people that call out the live stream and the people that call out the live stream, um, people that call out the live stream name, everybody does this. And people call out live stream name, like people don't feel like they being watched in their house. Why do you have to call out somebody's name? Why? You don't have to do that. But I guess that I'm not saying people be purpose or anything. I guess that just doesn't really affect them like that, or whatever. I'm not sure, but that's just what that is, man. But you know, you just gotta you have to deal with what you have to deal with, man, and understand that scripture is real. Scripture is literally real. What's wrong with you? Why don't you why don't you understand that? Why do you run from scripture? Why would you run from scripture? Why are you a subconscious atheist like everyone else? You're a subconscious atheist as if you're a civilian like everyone else that's not being harassed. You're a civilian. Somebody just got pissed off. You probably was watching conspiracy theory videos or whatever you was watching. Um, Whatever. But somebody got pissed off and wanted to make you some type of fucking known person, and it doesn't work because those are fucking federal informants. When you go to another city and they harass you in that city, and you a civilian and you unknown, but they harass you through subliminals, directly conversations in a whole nother city, no whole nother state. You're dealing with a satanic government, bro. You feel what I'm saying? It's simple as that. Don't be going up to these people talking about, yeah, I'm harming you and this. You're winning. These people at fucking parties, they can't stop. They wonder what the hell going on. They can't stop buying clothes. They don't question nothing. They can't stop buying clothes. Wonder why the hell they broke. You feel what I'm saying? They can't stop buying clothes, nothing. They can't stop. You're at a fucking benefit. Understand that you can go to work for a whole year and not spend any money. Understand the power that you have. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Understand the power that you have. Understand that. Just understand that. Just understand that type of stuff. Sorry if you hear background noise. I'm not sure if you do. Those just people that talk outside. Um, but a house and shit, they just chilling outside. I don't even consider them anything. Nothing. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. You know, just consider it as a blessing. Just watch it back and consider it as a blessing. Don't trust people. When I explained to y'all, I don't know if I can type it in the chat. Let me see if I can type it in the chat. No, I can't. I can type it in the chat, but isolate mean get to yourself or around another target individual. Get to yourself and isolate. Do not try to be around these people. Stop trying to be extremely friendly. Be extremely friendly. Do not be conversational. Be extremely friendly and unconversational. Personally, myself, I'm not telling y'all to do this. I tell people I'm autistic. So, or I'm agoraphobic. If you understand what that is, I'm agoraphobic. I'm autistic. That's what I tell people. Just so their directed conversations kind of deflect even in their mind. Like, damn, we can't get to this motherfucker. He's saying he's retarded. So their movie, it's not working. Their whatever they're trying to do, it's not working. So that's why I started to tell people claustrophobic, agoraphobic, autistic. Tell people you're autistic, they can't get mad at nothing that you do, especially if you're doing your job. You know. So do that type of stuff, man. Well, no. I'm not telling you to do that. Cause y'all get mad at me like, oh yeah, he told people. And he was like, man, tell people you autistic. Nah, don't do that. I do that. It just deflects. It naturally deflects any directed conversation. It naturally deflects any mistreatment. It naturally deflects you trying to be aggressive toward anyone else. They can't even consider that you being aggressive. You tell them that you autistic. That's what I tell people. I'm autistic, agoraphobic. But yeah, man, just watch yourself, stay healthy. For real. Because they'll get you, they're trying to get you all type of ways, man. But people don't understand just to leave people alone. That's why I started just, instead of just being quiet, I started just acting extremely nice. Because people don't want to leave people alone. They don't, you know. Whatever you do, whatever passion that you have, continue to do it. I don't know why I see targeted individuals talk about they want to be in entertainment. I don't know what's in your mind or what's wrong with you, but that's retarded. Those are like the pioneers. They're retarded. And they're like sick people, bro. I don't know what's wrong with people that do that. I don't know what's wrong with people that do that. Like, I don't know why you think something's going to change for you being inside of a celebrity environment. Nothing's going to change for you. Them people gonna try to do something to you. Isolate, go to work, and get some money. That's all. That's all. I've heard people say that, man. Like, I've heard people say that. Like, what the? Like, yeah, man, if I can go, sign a deal. But what are you talking? Why? Why would you want to do that? You can harass around the country. Why would you want to go accept $1 million from satanic people? Naturally, they're naturally satanic. It's like 1,000 rappers, 500 of them alone. Known and somewhat unknown. Somewhat known. Why would you want to go do that type of stuff? Why are you even looking at that type of stuff? Why you reach out to celebrities? I've heard people say they've reached out to celebrities, bro. What's wrong with you? Do you not understand something? They put you in that simulation and giving you fame paralysis. They target individual fame paralysis, and it's manufactured because it's a mindset that you have to get out of. That's it. you understand? You walk outside your house and motherfuckers don't know you. Understand you're dealing with a satanic government. If motherfuckers ain't walking up on you trying to take a picture with you, you're dealing with a satanic government. That's all it is. You have to get out that mindset. Get out the mindset of even thinking that you're hearing direct conversations. I understand that that type of stuff is is potent. Like, but it's nothing that you can really do about that. Like it's potent. I know it's fun. That's what I need to say. I know it's fun to think that it's this and that. But understand that it's yeah they doing that, but it's just let them do it. Let them do that type of stuff. Just leave it alone. Let them do that type of stuff. Just leave it where it is. Leave it alone. Let them do it. Let them harass you. Let them do direct conversations. Because guess what? You not know who you're dealing with. Are you going to make a joke about a cop? Like being a cop is not already a fucking joke to everyone. So even these people that you see on the street that harass you, directed conversations, subliminals, consider them as cops in plain clothes. Live your life. Continue. You're not doing directed conversations about their life because you don't know it. So continue your life. You're not doing directed conversations about them. But if somebody acting like they know you in any type of setting, bro, and you don't know them, doing directed conversations through subliminal, not acting like they know you literally, right? But they'll do it through subliminal, or act like they catching on to something or something like that. And it's not true. They're lying. So they'll act like they catching on to something or this or that. Bro, they're lying. It's not true. Plus, you have to consider those people as cops in plain clothes. If you want to make a joke about a cop, as a cop is literally a joke. Not literally, right? Cops aren't literally jokes, right? They're not literally jokes. But you can call somebody a cop and it be a joke, like a comedian joke. Like, nigga, you a cop. That's a joke to some people. That's a joke to like 80-90% of the population. Cop ass nigga. That's a joke. That's a joke to people. Why would you try to go back and forth? Consider people. Consider perpetrators. Consider perpetrators. Um, consider perpetrators as cops. You get a directed conversation from someone, that means they're a cop. Why would you even acknowledge it? Don't be affected at work. Do your thing. Do your thing. Don't be affected at work. And I want to keep going. I want to keep going. I do. I do want to keep going. I do want to keep going. Because I feel like people won't catch the live stream that I was just talking about. So I'm going to go back and talk about this stuff. Hold on. Because I need y'all to understand scripture, man. I need y'all to understand scripture. I'm only whispering because I don't want people to hear what I'm talking about. Yeah, I need to understand scripture because I want people to know. I need people to understand scripture because I want people to know what I'm talking about. Ecclesiastes 34:9. A man that hath traveled knoweth many things. He that hath much experience will declare wisdom. So when you go to another city, I'm repeating what I said earlier. So when you go to another city, after leaving your home city, and experience the same harassment, you need to understand that you're dealing with the satanic government. That's what you need to understand. No, no, no. I'm targeting myself, bro. Hebrew. I'm targeting myself. I've been targeted since 2018. My bad if you couldn't hear me, but yeah, a man that have traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. So you should declare wisdom once you move to another state. You receive the same type of harassment because it's going to happen. Declare wisdom then. Declare wisdom. Understand those people are informants. Ignore them. Because you're a civilian receiving harassment that a public figure would receive. You're a civilian receiving harassment that a public figure is supposed to receive in another state. That's what we go through as civilians. So you're dealing with a satanic government. I'm gonna go to the next scripture I was just talking about. I'm gonna try to make this stuff an hour. I'm gonna try to. And try to make it an hour. Probably be like 50 minutes. But Proverbs 27 and 12, another scripture. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. What do you do even if you aren't? Even if you're trying to be, oh yeah, I want to be, man, I want to be in a club and stuff, man. I want to go out and party and stuff like that, but I can't get right so I can do that. You're not doing that because that's God's protection. What happens at clubs? They get shot up. I'm explaining this stuff in layman terms. It's so crazy to me. Scripture's so crazy to me. So I'm explaining it in layman terms. Why you think you're not at a party? Why you think you're not at a club? I personally stay away from that type of stuff on purpose. Why you think you're not in a trap house or in a hood? I purposely stay away from that stuff on purpose because people get hurt there. People die there. And y'all want to wish bad on these people? Karma is natural. They can't stop clubbing. You think ain't nothing finna happen? Come on. They can't stop clubbing. They can't stop. Cars get shot up at the clubs. The club gets shot up. Parties get shot up. All of that stuff. So karma's natural. Stop wishing bad on them people, bro. Karma's very natural. It's natural. Don't wish bad. Pray for them. You know what I'm saying? Pray for them. Pray for them. Just pray for them. I don't need to hear nothing about no Candy Grand P or no charges. I'm not worried about none of that in my life. I don't need to hear that. Sorry, brother. But yeah, only thing I'm worried about in my life is child support charges. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Back to real life, and not because you probably, I'm not finna mess my live stream up and call you something that you're not. Whatever. I don't care. But yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, that's why I don't read those comments. Very weird. But anyway, approved man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. These people at parties, these people can't stop buying clothes, keeping them broke. They wonder how they can pay their rent, because they can't stop buying clothes. All of that type of stuff. All of that type of stuff. So you have to understand that type of stuff, man. Just understand it and do what you have to do, Do what you have to do and understand it. And prayer, all of that stuff, you need to be into it, So that's just what that is. People be subconscious atheists, bro, and they can't stop. Like people ran from scripture. I ran from scripture. I used to run from scripture till I was like, wow, hold on. Let me look at some of this stuff. When they persecute you in one city, move to the next. Well, I moved to this one city. They persecute me in one city, subliminally, subconsciously. I moved to the next city, next state, however, 50 states over. Exaggeration, but go there receiving the same thing. Oh yeah, this is satanic government. Yeah, that's the satanic government, boy. That's all it is. So you need to understand, if you think like me, they never gonna get you on no damn battery. They're never finna get you on an aggravated battery or running from the police for nothing. And fucking up your shit. Destroying yourself and your body. You know? They'll never get you on no stuff like that if you think like me. Because you have to understand, bro, that's not no fucking cult network. You're denying the power there is. And that's what I mean, the physical. No one has the power, bro, but these Homeland Security fuckers, three-letter agencies, and people connected to them. But if you can watch me through a pinhole in my house, you are the police. Breathe in your house. You know how you have shortness of breath? Ain't nothing but the police listening and watching you, man. Even if the motherfucker feel like, oh yeah, man, I ain't never talking to the police. But if you watch me through a pinhole camera, if you can watch me through my phone camera, you the police. So that's just what that is. This about to be 50 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty good live stream. I like to get on. It's my first one about directly just scripture. It's my first one about directly just scripture. Um, but it was this. I feel like I kind of I put layman terms. You know, I put it in layman terms and things like that. The show in the physical, because that's what I worry about. The physical part of gang stalking. Personally, I'm not a spiritual, and God isn't even a spiritual being. He's telling you through scripture what's going on right now. Literally. So you have to understand that you have to place yourself in certain environments. You just have to be yourself. And do you be yourself, love yourself. Do you can get a girlfriend. Don't try to talk to somebody from your workplace. None of that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can get a girlfriend. You can have a significant other. You know, you can do that. That can happen. And it can be any person. You just have to understand what to do. You have to understand what to do. How to approach things. How to do things. How to when y'all out on a date, how you gonna mess up the harassment that they try to do. I have ways to do that. I do. How you gonna mess up the harassment when you out on a date? They like to send faggots around, try to make you look funny when you on a date. Call them out. Not literally. Don't say anything to them. Say, hey, baby, look at that faggot. Because they try to make it seem like you a weirdo. Say, girl, look at that faggot. I hate those. You should let them know that you do. That should be one of the first things that you say to a woman that you're dating. You don't like homosexual. It's illegal to God. It's illegal to God. God got a jail for homosexuals. God got a jail for homosexuals, man. The system don't. Because they with that. That's what they do. God got a jail for homosexual. So, just pray for these people. Everyone around them. Just pray for them, man. And just do your stuff. You know, just pray for them and do your stuff. And do your thing. God is a real thing, bro. Um, God is a real thing. And you wonder, oh yeah, that's destruction going on. You'll see people getting shot up. This happening. Man, God ain't real. Bro, look in the situations they putting themselves in. God not protecting them. They evil. Even they kids ain't being protected. God is not protecting them. He's not. God is not protecting them. You wanna go to a club, huh? You wanna go to a club, do all that bullshit, be in a trap house. Guess what happens there? Stuff happens. People get shot. People get shot. Bad stuff happens. They're not protecting them. You wanna question God because He letting people die. They don't understand what you understand. They don't know what you know, fool. They don't understand it. They don't know not to be at a party. They don't know not to be at a club. That's why He let it happen. They don't know not to. They don't know not to do illegal things for money. That's why He let it happen. We know not to do that. So I'm just giving people, everyone that is targeted needs to be on the same fucking mission. And you need to understand that God is a real thing. God is a real thing. You need to understand God is a real person. What He's saying is scripture. There's no denying it. There's no denying it. What He's saying is in scripture. And there's no denying it. I've heard people say it. So I listen to people live stream. I, I listen to people live stream. That's the loudest I've ever heard that car. Start talking about God. But I listen to people live stream. I swear to God, this is so serious. People hate God, bro. They don't even know this. But I listen to people live streams, man. And I hear them say, specifically one person shout out, I listen to your live stream. I'm not gonna say who you are. But I listen to his live stream. He say all the time, like, man, all this stuff happening. This person right here getting fucked up and dying. This motherfucker dying. All of this. And you talk about God gonna come back and stuff like that. And just basically kind of questioning God. Why does He let certain stuff happen? Because certain environments people put themselves in. They can't isolate themselves. You need to isolate yourself to find God. They can't isolate themselves. That's why that stuff happens. They can't not do illegal things for money. That's why that stuff happens. They can't not be at the club. That's why bad things happen. Karma's natural. Now, I love y'all. I'm about to get off here. I'm about to get off YouTube and get back on YouTube and watch some of y'all content. And I'm targeted myself. The person that asked the question, I've been targeted since 2018. And I've been researching it since 2018. The things they would do to me to make me aware of my targeting is people passing by my house, swerving while I'm outside, random people. And also when I immediately get home, sirens would go off somewhere around in my area. As soon as I hop out my car, they would do stuff like that. But I love you. I love all of y'all. And just listen to what I'm saying. You gotta repeat this type of stuff. Listen to your live stream. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm about to get back on YouTube and watch some of y'all content. I love y'all. And I'll talk to y'all later.